Okay, so here's me again. I have had an interesting last week or so, where just the trolls are coming back, you know. Uh, and that's just what I'm gonna call you. I mean, and there are people that are like, I totally believe it's him, but then they just feel like putting me down all the time for the last 3 years, a lot, and it's just unnecessary. It's like, why do you need to say that other than you like hurting people? And if it happens so much, I'm just gonna say bye bye. No, I don't need that. Do you see millions of people commenting on my videos? Think I'm not gonna see it? Um, so just don't criticize me. I don't know, especially Utahns. Okay, I don't want to stereotype Utahns, but I mean, they're mostly the people looking at it, and they can't be some of the nicest people, but when they get into those Chad and Lori Daybell beliefs, oh my goodness, I can't believe looking back how many people I think believed that stuff. Like literally, I'm looking back, I'm like, man, this time I thought these girls were so snobby and it hurt me so bad because I'm so shy. And they were just like, I won't even say what they said. It was definitely 100% these weird preparing the people. It's just, how do you start believing things like that? It's totally not what our church believes at all. So, see, here's this. I'm just showing you evidence. So I screenshot this of and just letting you know, like, and if my sound's not good, I mean, I do apologize. I'm just using earbuds, and I have a lot of people around me that do a lot of business from like home, and I don't want them like hearing. I don't know. I'm not a super outgoing person, so I'm never gonna. I'm probably never gonna get monetized. I'm not gonna become entertaining, and I'm not gonna. I cannot afford all the equipment to get a sound studio and sound good. Like, just get over yourself. Go watch someone else's video. Or better yet, just read my website, theprofitscars.com, that I've worked really hard on. And then if you don't care, get a life. Move on with yours. Leave mine alone. Okay? I work very hard on these videos. I work very hard on my website. And if you don't like something, don't be a narcissist. Just stop being a narcissist. There's too many of them. I'm tired of them. Okay, this is really good, you know, and I have a lot of respect for the descendants. I don't like people screwing with them, and that's how I guess I was feeling. That's why I'm partially and just, you know, telling 7 doctors they're stupid. I just can't believe. I know Utahns aren't stupid, but you just get someone that's so good at being so convincing. I don't necessarily think that Curtis Weber knows that he's being dishonest or just telling an untruth. The things in his article and things he's continued to say since then, he's like, now I am a forensic scientist, go through me. It's like, and no, so through my emails I was just like, why do I need to work with you? I'm not a Utah, and I'm not sucked into this, we only trust people that we know that knows this person because we're scared of Mark Hoffman. So it was basically Gracia Jones told me that they're all very, that's why I keep talking about that. And of course, it really hurt my feelings and upset me, but it's just like, okay, we're just gonna throw it around and like accuse. There, I heard someone accusing Daniel Larson of that. I don't think that at all. I think all the evidence points he is a descendant of Joseph Smith, and he really found a locket, and he just really thinks it's him. I don't think him or Lachlan Mackey are lying and trying to say something that they aren't. So I got this. And you can even see here, like how old it is. Oh, you can see what phone I had. Okay. So this was, yeah, 20, that's it. Right there is when I got this in the mail. Um, I've been researching it all summer of 2017, just comparing it to the death mask. And it was a very pixelated version. So you can go to my old videos. So just go to theprofitscars.com. I didn't keep, I think I unhid almost all of them. In the beginning, sometimes I just hide everything and keep only the new stuff because it's annoying if people watch an old one and they say something. I'm like, no, I learned more. No, I don't think that anymore. Like, anyway, I didn't know anything. Debbie in 2017 just was artistically analyzing it. And the reason I made videos, I just had anxiety about where it was. And I really thought that he would have just mailed it to the, like, that shows how much I know. If I could show you my emails. I emailed the church history department. I talked to a missionary there who talked to someone. Well, actually, that happened later. But no, they totally ignored me. Only the Community of Christ responded to me. You guys, of course, right? Um, so yeah, I really thought this guy who mailed this to me would just donate it for free. I might have said that in a video, but in my emails, yeah, I really thought maybe you have a high resolution copy. I thought the Community of Christ just had a high resolution copy of that. That's all I thought I wanted, because I wanted to just see that left nostril, because I talked to the most amazing artists, I think, in the world, and we were analyzing it. And I was just curious what he thought, because I respect him so much. And I won't say who he is, but I was like, okay, we need to figure out what that left nostril looks like, and just, which we didn't. So even though I spent $300, I still don't know. I would love to see the daguerreotype, and I was so excited. I mean, I initially saw about Daniel Larson. I thought maybe it's my guy, or maybe a different photo. Like, I'm open to there being several photos of Joseph Smith. I was in 2017. I thought there was two, and I thought mine was always a paper photograph and someone else had the daguerreotype. I've said that many times, but by October I'd given up and hadn't really been contacting anyone. I mean, Church of Christ Latter-day Saints didn't respond, and then Community of Christ did, but they didn't have it. So, moving on with my life, made 2-3 videos. I was concerned, and then I just had this feeling when I drove home from work. I worked in an ice cream shop, and I just took any job I could get at that point in my life. I was just struggling financially big time, you guys, too. A lot of people know that and know me, and know my story. But I was driving home, and the Spirit, I just felt like I'd just been baptized. Like, I felt the Spirit from my head all the way to my toes, and this strong feeling. I'm like, why am I feeling the Spirit? Like, I felt like I just drove through the Spirit. Driving home, I'm like, why do I have this feeling? And I felt like I needed to try to find the eBay seller. And I tried before. I tried looking for that photo on eBay. And then this is there. You can see that October 11th, 2017 was my screenshot this. Then I found this. Can zoom in here. I tried making this video earlier. There you can see October 22nd there. But you can see the year right there when I screenshot it. But I found this. See how much money you wanted. $460,000. It's a shame I didn't screenshot the whole listing, because it was interesting. But he's not, someone was accusing him of being a forger or a hoaxer. Like, he's either right or wrong. That's the only thing I see with him. I think he happened to be right and happened to also be wrong a lot. This is the eBay seller. Okay, I'll just tell you that. And he was saying possible daguerreotype of Joseph Smith, and you don't see it right here, but if you were able to scroll down, he thinks he's wearing the Urim Thummim. I'm like, that's what he thought my guy was wearing. And then I also see he's selling crystals. He's a hippie. He's into magic. He's into that. That's what he cares about, and maybe he has a aunt on the High Council, so very likely has some family members that are, I think, a part of the Community of Christ, but I don't think he is, but I don't know. And they remembered that whole thing, but yeah, so he wanted all this, and it had his full first and last, middle of last, long name, and I found him on Facebook, and I was like, oh, I'm like scared to email him. And then he was scared that I was fake. So if you read the emails, he thought I was like harassing him because people harassed him in 2009, right? Now I realized after when I looked at this, I'm like, oh, I get where they were coming from, why they were making fun of him, because it was just hard. He was he was an easy target, you guys, big time. So basically, he's again claiming he's running a Urban Thumbin. He's talking about how he needs 460. Oh, did I say 50? $460,000 so he can buy a house. He just wanted a house, and he has a lot of animals, cats, and just needed a place for him and his cats. And he also, I won't say a whole lot more, but there was all this other stuff. So they just, if they saw this, they would have made fun of him even harder. I think, just very, very eccentric. But he had my picture. And then he posted it. Don't harass him. So at least you don't see his full name. But if you bought any other pictures in 2009, go ahead and let me know. Blessings from me and my cats. I thought that was really sweet. And so that's what he wrote on there. And then this is the inside where you can see he just put CDV photo of a daguerreotype. Did any of that turn out to be a lie? No. Did things turn out to be wrong with Curtis Weber? Was he really a liar? I would gather they're about the same. They both are just wrong. I don't think Curtis is better than this guy. I think he really believed, and I think Curtis really believed he could decide, and he really believed he was smarter than 7 doctors, okay? And Utah believes him because somehow they decided they trusted him more than 7 doctors because they decided they didn't like Michael Tracy's books. I don't know, you guys. And I know people are just throwing around this Mark Hoffman and accusations and all that, but when I bought this and sat down, like, I know there were a lot of people in my room from the other side of the veil. Okay, I've had a lot of spiritual experiences with this that I believe it's him. Is that scientifically provable? No. But I've had a lot of special experiences that I probably will never talk about on YouTube. But I really believe it's a photo of Joseph Smith. My paycheck didn't even, like, I somehow I was, able to get enough, but even my paycheck that week wasn't that. Okay, I was living off of tips at the time. So my question and hope is, like, if you are the person possibly bought it from this store, 2009, the other photos from the Smith Family album, I saw them. But I mean, since he tripled the price, I couldn't afford to go buy all the other photos. And a year later, I literally went and bought, excuse me, which you can see evidence. I'm sorry, I made it a gross noise there. But, and just a devilish gentleman. I bought this photo. It was, what's it called again? There's so many strange names, but it was basically metal because I could take a magnet, it would stick to this. And I dated that when I checked it out. It seemed more like late 1800s, early 1900s. And then I went through all the photos really quick. I'm just good with faces. I found someone that was similar. And then I did pay this FBI lady $50. You can just pay her $50. I mean, there are people like that. But, and then you can see here, this is buy again. I bought this. So this is CDB photo of a daguerreotype, possibly an image. CDDD photo of a daguerreotype, possibly. Okay. I seriously just bought this. I bought it. There's the year, content created, 2017. Then you can see October 11th, 2017. Here I am talking to him. Here he is showing me the back of it. You're seeing J.S. Bibbins. I don't know why you can't see it very well. So people have asked, like, what are the next steps? I know I'm not going to get a ton of views, and apparently my volume's awful and all that, but I'm not going to be an entertainer anytime soon. But I'm just passionate about it, and it's therapeutic when I make a video. It's selfish. It's more for me because I learn when I'm thinking out, like just thinking that someone is listening and cares. That I'm not working because I'm really working alone, but at least it's like the sense of not working alone. But I'm so glad that I did it, and I don't regret that I have all these boring, probably horribly sounding videos, but it's evidence of my authenticity and my journey with this, since people are so critical and paranoid. Someone spent $500 in 2009, and then someone bought several others, and then quite a few of the photos that he had literally got acrylic paint put on the faces, and then he tried selling them, and then he said angry things about the person in the picture. Oh, and he did, I'll go ahead and say it, people started attacking him with this, and I think I was already making my videos, I can't remember. And then he was mad at those people, and then he was going to curse the man in the photo because he's a Wiccan. Yeah, that was interesting. It was a little dramatic there. And then his store's gone. I think eBay wasn't okay with the stuff he was saying, maybe. I don't know. But for a man that I'm just saying, wanted that much money, his store just stayed the same. So basically, I had a video where I showed you he wouldn't give me any copies of the paper carte de visites that there were apparently very many that sounds like they were Kendall County too. And I definitely for sure remember one of a woman in Missouri, said Mrs. Smith. I would love to see that one again. If you bought those photos or know anyone that you think did, just this, however long this lasts that people are watching my videos, let's get that word around, and just get back to me and maybe send me, like even back then, all I wanted was someone to email me high resolution copy of the photo I have. But then he offered it to me. Yeah. Yeah, then he thought I was fake. Just show you all this. So, and then he offered it to me for $100 right there. I'd never bought an old photo before. I didn't even know how to take care of it, or so then I researched and went and bought things that I thought were right, and I bought different things. What do I do? I don't put it in a picture frame and put it on the wall. It'll damage it. But it was exciting, and then I didn't think that I would get anyone to help me. And then my friend sent me a YouTube video of someone that was an expert, and I contacted that expert. So already they were really well known. And then they cared. And then they FaceTime me with their analysis, which isn't, I'm not going to say what they said, and it was more than one person. And then they want to write about the subject, right? And so it's been 3.5 years. That was 2019. And I really thought it would be published I thought it'd be published in 2019. Be like, in 2020, the world will have his photo. I mean, seriously, in 2009, right when all these alleged photos, suddenly someone's like, oh, I think I have it. And just because he was an easy target and they thought he had bad grammar and they thought he was stupid, and maybe he was blatant and said he was a Wiccan back then, because he is. He's not Mormon, he's not LDS. But his store stayed the same, and so like artist is like, well, that 15-year-old Emma, with how much money he wanted, if he was capable of creating a fake photo, he would have made lots of them and he would have been making money. And he was never credited, or I never saw anything in store that looked like he had another copy of Emma's carte de visite, a copy of her 1845 daguerreotype, right? He would have and could have. Interesting, no one's created any fake copies of that, because it is possible. Someone was explaining to me how they would do that. He never did. If he was capable, he wanted that much money so bad then. This is 2017. He wanted, and then I realized reading Juvenile Instructor, oh, he wanted this much in 2009. That's why they were really, but I think he had a reserve. They were talking about a reserve and stuff. But he wanted a lot back then too. He's definitely someone who wanted a lot of money. So wanting a lot of money, if he was capable of creating fake photo, he has a long digital footprint on eBay, stayed on eBay, kept selling these pictures. He just kept, and even on this, he said, "I'm thankful for eBay for letting me keep this up here for so long." I don't know if I think it sounds like it'd been up for a decade trying to sell this because he just believed. And so his evidence, you guys, was, and for those that, I know someone saw this, was that he thought, because you can do facial recognition with these cell phones, and so he used the death mask, I think, if I remember right, something about the death mask, and then when he used this photo, he would use this photo, open it, but he'd use the death mask, so the phone was like he didn't even go to the FBI, or he didn't pay anyone. He wasn't going to pay anything to have someone analyze it, he wasn't going to contact anyone. He may have contacted like that FBI woman, I don't know, and she just probably said she couldn't do it. So she said she couldn't, and then she said she could. And then I didn't feel good about working with this person. And then I felt good about working with people I'm working with. Either way, I got to talk to Temperance Brennan. I'm not lying. If you watch that TV show, she had a PhD, worked with bones, was a doctor, but then also was an Angela on the TV show Bones. I've talked to someone that is both of those characters, and at least if anything, it gave me hope. And they wrote a paper a year ago. But I found out so much since then, and then told them everything. So it was literally that week we're excited. Okay, yeah, we're doing this. And then bam, this other photo comes out. And I do feel a little bit sorry and sad for the people involved because I've been there. But also they, they're with the Community of Christ. So basically, you can just look this up. Locke Mackey is one of the 12 apostles with the Community of Christ. And I've been in communications with that church a lot. And there's just a lot of strange things, but I don't think Daniel Larson created a fake photo. I think he just really believed it was, but the FBI sketch artist and the other person has, sorry, for sure, a lot less education than me. And now they're going to Curtis Weber is the next step up. Like, he's the top of the totem pole. I'm like, he's not. He's really, really not. And I'm sure there are people in Utah that are more qualified than Curtis. But for some reason, they think they trust him. And I don't necessarily think he's literally a Mark Hoffman, but I think I would say he's more like this guy. He just thinks, he believes that he knows what school is whose. We'd already concluded that Michael Tracy was ignoring basics anatomy because the sculptor told him that. So then he's going to do exactly what 3 doctors actually had done in 2007. So Curtis does what these 3 doctors did, which was published in Millions Shall Know Brother Joseph Again. And he knows that. He never named their names in his paper. I find it sketchy. I'll say that. But so anyway, don't like the sound, don't watch it. Just go deal with your own demons and your narcissism, and just go look at my website. Read every single word and then comment. But I blocked you 3 times, so you'll probably keep complaining about me and criticizing me. But clearly I'm threatening to someone, so if they feel like that's usually what it is, you guys. But anyway, please help me out. Please, whoever bought all these other photos in 2009 or in between then in 2018, I think is when he closed it down. It wasn't long after this that his story was just gone, and he'd already destroyed a lot of the photos too. But anyway, that is my story. I believe that my that this is him. I really believe it is. I've had a lot of experiences and I've had a lot of positive ones. So, anyway,